Okay, everybody, Zephyr Bartholomew here, and it's day 8 of the 30-day meditation boot camp for warriors and martial artists. I better warrior up here. Okay. Today we're going to do 9 minutes. Okay, I think we did 7 yesterday. So you should be doing your 5 yamas, your little notebook, and also keep a diary. So, and you can use the same notebook if you want, but start charting if your life is changing, if you're a little more calm and happier. But keep notes, because the mind is like a snake, man. I mean, you think you know. I'll tell you. So, like I did a 30-day retreat one time, and you're just doing nothing but meditation and mantra for 30 days, and you don't realize how focused your mind is when you're in retreat, because you're constantly creating your surroundings, actually. And that's one of the points. That's well, I wasn't going to talk about it, but that's one of the points of what we're going to get to, is like, how does reality exist? And in the tradition I was trained in, which is the Tibetan Galupa tradition, the purpose of meditation is to have a direct perception of reality. I mean, how, like, ultimate reality, and how reality really exists. And the idea is that once you have that experience, then you practice it, you habituate yourself to it, and then you go beyond any suffering. But the point is because your mind is constantly creating reality, as you change from one state of mind, it could be a very different state of mind to the next. It's very easy to forget where you came from. Okay, don't forget where you came from. So I suggest you keep a journal. Okay, that's the reason I'm saying that, because you're not going to believe. I mean, we're on day 8. Okay, you're not going to believe how much your life's going to change in the next 22 days. It'll be mind-blowing. And the truth is, it's going to happen gently and naturally, and you'll probably not even realize it. A lot of the things you've probably been, or at least some of the important things you've been wanting to see some shift or change in, that have been a little more difficult to adjust, are going to naturally and easily shift for you in the next 22 days, I'm pretty sure. And that's a positive reason for keeping this notebook. And I'll tell you a negative reason. So when I first learned how to do this, and I was taught something called the 6 Times a Day book, which also I'll teach later, but for now just the 5 Yama book is fine. My life was it was a little bit of a mess when I started doing this practice, and I was very lazy about it. And my teacher said, look, just start doing it. So I just carried the book around, and I would write basically the 5 yamas in the book every day, every morning, and I would carry it around. I wouldn't check them. I wouldn't even check them. But I said, okay, look, I'm going to at least write them down. And then I carried that book around for like maybe 3 and maybe 6 months without doing it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to start practicing carrying this book around. And my life changed so drastically within 2 or 3 weeks that it was unbelievable. I mean, and drastically, but gently, in an almost invisible fashion. So much to the point where my life got so good, I said, I don't need to keep this stupid book anymore. That was probably after like 6 weeks, 8 weeks of doing it. And I just stopped doing it. And like 6 weeks, 8 weeks later, my life was a mess again. So this practice does work, but you have to prove it to yourself. Don't take my word on it. You got to prove it to yourself. And like the Buddha says, like, you got to test it like gold. You got to cut it. You got to bite it. You got to melt it, scratch it. So let's without further ado, practice is the important part. So let's get our practice done. Okay, 9 minutes today. Okay? Let's do it. So the instructions today are going to be the same. You're going to get your seat, get comfortable. Object of our meditation, our focus today is going to be the breath, just like it's been, nothing new there. Just going to watch the breath as it comes in and out through the nostrils. So let your face relax. Let your spine be like a stack of golden coins. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hips relax. Just be still. Maybe take a deep breath in. Let it all the way out. And just bring your focus to your breath. Just breathing naturally. Let's bring your focus back to your breath. And if your mind runs off, just bring your focus back to your breath. Let's bring your focus back to your breath. Well, and there we go. So almost in sync. So, okay. So day 8, done. You did 9 minutes. So congratulations. I think it's important. It's not important, but if you don't do the whole 30 days, you're going to miss a huge opportunity because this isn't. This is like you're going to see an exponential change. You're going to be creeping along, and I mean maybe now already you feel a little bit of a difference, or you notice a little bit of difference in your mental state and in your world outside. But if you do the whole 30 days, at the end you're going to know that you know how to meditate. And again, I was trained in the Tibetan Buddhist Galupa tradition, which is I think it's one of the most interesting meditation traditions and practices there is, and it's maybe so it goes back to the Buddha. Okay, so it's 2,500 years old. I was going to say it's 500 or 600 years old, but it's. I'll say it to you like this, okay? So the person I learned this from learned it from his teacher, of course, and I can trace my lineage back from warm hand to warm hand back to the historical Buddha. So that's not hyperbole. I'm not making it up. And it's, I think it's probably 47 generations now. I should know this, but I'm a little I've been focusing on some other things. So you should have confidence that what you're learning here is legitimate. I didn't make this up in my garage. And these are the basics. This is foundational. But if you do the 30 days, your life will change. It will be better, and you will have a tool that you know how to use, that's your own, that you can use for the rest of your life. Whether you choose to use it or not, that's up to you. But you will have no excuses, and you will see that you're something special. Okay, so you might enjoy the Yoga Sutra movie. It's based on a novel called How Yoga Works. And keep doing your yamas and niyamas. You can check out more of what I'm up to at bio.dojopop.xyz. And please put any questions in the comments, or feel free to send them to me directly. The comments is useful because a lot of other people probably have the same questions. And I also do one-on-ones. So if you want to talk about your meditation practice one-on-one, or anything else for that matter, I do coaching. Feel free to reach out. Okay? Congratulations on day 8. Day 9 is tomorrow. And don't let the bastards get you down. Zephyr Bartholomew out.